Hello and welcome, this is Ben Gilbert from Gilbert RC, here to do a stripped down video of the HPI Racing Brama 10B. The strip down is in preparation for Project Brama. During this project I'm going to be fitting the car with lots of upgrades and various other parts. So yeah, let's begin. Right, so we're going to start by removing the wheels and the body shell and wing. It's just a starting point, so we'll get to the chassis later. You may have noticed that the car is suspended on a block. This is so I can remove the wheels and not have it resting on the desk. Okay, right, let's get the body shell off, and now we'll start on the wing. You will notice there's no motor, as you can see, that's where it would go. However, at the moment that is completely broken. It will be replaced with a brushless motor soon, and that horrible receiver box there will also be gone, and the receiver will be mounted on this plate here above the servo. So now onto the wing. There's two screws to get the wing off. They're quite stiff, and because everything on that top bit is flexing, it does make it quite tricky to get them off. So that's the wing off. There it is. This is not the stock wing, this is a custom black wing. Can't remember where I got that from. So now we shall move on to the chassis. So the chassis we're going to take apart. So first of all we're going to detach the front and rear from the chassis, and then we're going to keep going from there. So for this I'll need to remove the antenna tube and turn the car over. So on the bottom of the chassis there are several screws. These are all going to have to come out at some point, especially these and these. So these will be the basic detachment of the front suspension and the front assemblies, so we're going to go ahead and remove those quickly. So I've removed the screws from the bottom of the front, and now there's a few on the top I've just got to get out before we can start disassembling the steering mechanism, and then we'll have this front unit off. Now all I've got to do to get this front end off is just break up the steering linkages here, and then we'll be able to pull that free. So I'm going to take these two screws out, here and here. This is probably the best place to get it out from, as these are attached to the chassis. So we'll just have this out in a jiffy. Okay, so I went ahead a little and removed the top plate here. However, I also realised that these screws are pretty stuck in there, so I won't be able to get those out. They've probably got a bit of Loctite on them, or thread lock as you might call it. So instead I'm going to remove these little ball cups here, and we'll take that, and then we'll have the suspension off very quickly. Right, so now that that's all out, a lot of grease on here. It's a nice unit, nice differential gearbox. This will get cleaned up, obviously. Everything will get cleaned up, and some of it will get replaced. And now we'll make a start on the rear. Right, so the rear is very similar to the front. 4 screws on the bottom and 2 there on the top, and we'll have that out very shortly. Well, I have encountered a massive problem on this strip down video. You may just be able to see, if I get it close enough to the camera, that this screw is not coming out. Over the years of running the car, it's just filled up with lots of stones, gravel, dirt, and yeah, it just won't come out. So looks like this might not be coming. Looks like this rear part might not be coming off for a little while. Got to say though, those bearings in the gearbox are pretty impressive. But we'll find a way around this, and yeah, we'll get it out shortly enough. Okay, you'll be pleased to know that I did find a way to clean out the screw. I haven't attempted to take it off yet, but I used my hobby knife just to scrape out some of the stuff that's in there, and it looks like we'll be able to remove it. It was exactly the same with the other one, just I was able to get it out without any fuss. So now we'll just start taking this one out. Okay, so I can't quite seem to get this part out, so I'm also going to remove the gearbox and the motor mount, just to see if that makes it any easier. Hopefully it will, but I can't guarantee anything. The lighting is a bit dim, but one of the bulbs went out just a second ago, so it's not ideal, but it'll have to do. And now we just need to turn the car over and remove the gearbox from the bottom. Okay. So with the gearbox off, you can see the spur gear. It's plastic, 65 tooth spur gear. Just a couple more screws from the back to remove, and then we'll have this rear section off. So upgrade wise, I intend to fully bull race the car. At the moment the differentials are bull raced, I believe. It would seem they are from looking at them. However, I'm also going to be swapping out the bearings here in the axles with the metal race ones. I also have an aluminium centre drive shaft, which will make the car a little bit more responsive on the throttle. It'll also look a bit nicer than the plastic one the car comes with. Why isn't this coming off? Two more screws? No. I just need a bit of force. Right, so brushless motor, swapping out the servo for a waterproof one from Vitera. I think their stuff looks very good, so surely they'll make a good servo. Yeah, so the motor is a radiant reactor brushless motor. It's a nice system. It's 3500 kV, and it's used in the Helion Dominus brushless truggy, which is available from a few places. I can list one off the top of my head, which is Antics Model Shop. You can find the website at www.anticsonline.com. Can't see anywhere in which this would still be joined, unless I have to slide it off rather than pull it. That seems to be working a little better. Right, I'll cut the camera and turn it back on when I've got this bit off. Well, interestingly enough, I have just realised that actually I won't need to take the rear section off at all. Yeah, not my proudest moment, but yeah, it doesn't need to come off at all, unless of course it really needs a clean. I'll assess that later. In the meantime, I might as well move on to the electronics here, or I'll leave them in. Yeah, I'll leave them in for now. So, yeah, that's it really. So this is part 1 of Project Brama. There'll be at least 6-7 videos on this. And also check out some of my other stuff. At the moment I've got the video of the Tamiya grasshopper. There'll be a few more of those coming, hence part 1 in the title of the video. And I'll be doing those for all of my cars. I own 5 RC cars at the moment. I've got my Brama, my grasshopper, an Acme Cyclone, which is a nitro touring car, Maverick Strada TC Evo, which is an electric touring car. I have a Team C Jackie, which at the moment doesn't run, but that's a competition 2-wheel drive buggy. And that's it.